all of a sudden the agitation for Biafra that led to destruction have vanished into thin air. The Special Advisor to Lagos State Governor on Drainage and Water Resources, Joe Igwekwe, has taken to his verified Facebook page to share a post about Biafra agitation. According to him, all of a sudden the agitation for Biafra that led to the killing in the southeast have vanished into the thin air. Igwekwe made this comment while speaking about his home in Anambra State that was set ablaze by unknown gunmen. Recall that on the 3rd of October 2021, Igwekwe cried out that the indigenous people of Biafra set and invade his house in Anambra and set it ablaze. They were said to have drove from Owerri Road in the industrial town for sports utility vehicles, SUVs, and stop at Emekort Junction or Road Junction, where they mastermind the crime. While recurring the incident, Igwekwe said all of a sudden the agitation for Biafra that led to the killing of thousands in the southeast and burning of people's homes, including my own, has vanished into the thin air. We want to thank... Wow, this is funny. So we want to rule Nigeria, we rejected. I thank God. This is so confusing. Again, does not make sense. It's not necessarily surprising that he says something like this. Again, agitation for Biafra did not lead to destruction. Y'all just like to listen. Ipob and Biafra have not been in news for a while. We get it, but it just seems like it's giving main character energy, whereby every little thing that happens, nothing even has to happen. Ipob just has to be dragged into the conversation some way, somehow, somewhere. They just have to be dragged into the conversation. Why? Who asked? Who actually asked? Again, this is Igwekwe just trying to fuel a conversation that he already knows he already knows is intense and honestly at this point also irrelevant, because no one is talking about them. Who is talking about Ipob? No one is. And now that as you say, their agitations have vanished, why do you want to remind them and bring it back up? Why? So what was your point in making that? Again, the key thing here is that he says, the agitation has led to less destruction. Because it says the agitation led to destruction, right? So are you trying to say that, when they stopped agitating in the southeast, they didn't go through any troubles and destruction? Because we literally heard of, Eliago allegedly attacking a bus filled with 14 passengers coming from a wedding. And we also have so many other events that have happened in the southeast. So again, invalid argument. And one thing I I've noticed, which seems to be a consistent pattern with the Igwekwe, is the consistency in logical reasoning. Very illogical. There's never this leads to one. He just blurts things out and just hopes that we understand. Really, that's pretty much what it is. He just blurts things out, hope we understand. I don't even think he even cares we understand. He just puts it in there. And of course, on social media, trying to trigger conversations, that's sort of a very obvious tactic. But still, it's just unnecessary. Like, nobody asked. Why do you want to bring it up again? What was the point? Yeah. People should learn to ignore this fugitive whenever he talks. That's very, very true. And I believe that too. I mean, again, there's no point listening repeatedly to somebody who has done nothing but made nuisance. Oga Joe, I know deep down you wanted to continue to favor your principal and adopted tribe. Amadioha won't allow that. Wow. The most useless man in Igbo land. Just like the agitation for Odudua Republic vanished into thin air, your master also wants to rule Nigeria. His people also rejected. Stop talking like a novice in politics. It's not about talking like a novice, or it doesn't really matter. Fact is, whoever is working for, and he decided he's going to be a token for the Igbo people. Again, he's doing his job, and we just have to remember, you know what, he's not worth giving the attention to. I've been saying that this man is not an Igbo man. Somebody replied me, he's from Inewi. I am not convinced unless a proper DNA is carried out. I doubt if an or Inewi man can behave like this. He is a native doctor, Drebokwe, until Tinubu picked him and introduced him to heroin, which each time he takes a little dosage. I mean, again, these comments just show he's not taken seriously. I mean, no one necessarily has to agree with you 100% of the time, but when you are consistently spewing things that really do not make sense, you can't expect people's reactions to be as receptive. Again, you just keep talking nonsense, to be honest. No sense, absence of logic, absence of sense, and that's pretty much what it is. It's not surprising. It's just the usual at this point. I mean, things will just happen at a point we can just predict what he's going to say. It's nothing. I mean, change the story, old story. We've heard it before. The agitation will start again as Obi lose woefully in the election. Again, it's just it doesn't make sense. And somebody also said the agitation for Oduduwa has also paused. So what is your point? Now listen, with Ipob, and I think at some point they gave out a statement to disassociate themselves, or just say that Peter Obi, they don't support. I don't think they even said anything like they don't support. Down to the matter is Peter Obi's running his journey and his quest for being president does not affect in any way whatsoever the agitation for Biafra, and they made that clear. And at some point I was very confused as to why they gave out a statement, because I believe that there was nothing that would have triggered them to make the statement at the time. But I think that statement was very much professional and really was needed because of times like this, because they've expressly said that, listen, Peter Obi's running his candidacy does not in any way affect our quest for Biafra, and they're still moving forward. I mean, even till now, the stay-at-home order is still employed and is still effective in some areas in the southeast. So there are times where the movement wasn't as strong or the agitations weren't as popular, but as proof that they were still going on, the sit-at-home orders were consistent, and so that was what would give the impression that these people they mean business and they're serious. But what I think about this in the comment section below. Is Drebokwe one to even be taken seriously? But what I think, and do not forget to like and subscribe.